So, welcome to episode 13 of season 2. It's been a while, and so if you're just now joining us, this is Maria at Maria the Arcane on Instagram, and I am, alongside the lovely Robin, a tired witch on Instagram.
Hello, babies. We're back. It was a long 6 weeks, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys felt very sad and depraved without us, but here we are. Back to
was it really 6 weeks? Because it flew by.
6 weeks. Yeah, because it was 3 episode lengths, and we do an episode every other week, so it was 6 weeks. Wild, isn't it?
Time doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
I mean, our last recording, I went into labor what, 5 days after that?
I'm so glad we made that decision to take a break.
I am fucking too. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, although it's been a few weeks, if you are new here, every week we talk about upcoming lunar phases and kind of how we can use that for our practice. I am going to remind everyone, just because it has been a few weeks, that this is not an astrological forecast that has to directly do with your sun signs or moon signs. I know some people do that, and there was a little bit of not miscommunication, but misunderstanding with what these were a little while ago. So since we took a little break, let me just remind you that this is the upcoming lunar phase and how we can use it magically. Yes, sometimes that can affect your star chart, but that is not what we are specifically talking about. So on that note, the upcoming lunar phase is actually 2 days after this comes out. It is the new moon in Leo on August 8th. New moons in general are a good time to focus on new projects and kind of starting up anything inviting or new into your life. And when we're looking at the new moon in Leo, we're seeing things like self-expression, romance, creativity, leadership, and really just anything that kind of lights your fire. Leos are, in general, the whole sign is a very what's the word I'm looking for? A loud sign. And I don't mean necessarily loud as in speaking volume. I mean bold, bright, energetic. You know, you always know when a Leo is in the room. And so that's the same kind of energy that we are encompassing with this new moon. Anything that you are going to be starting up that's going to take that kick under the ass, that I am here and I am in this room energy, whether that is landing a promotion, painting, really anything, having the balls to go talk to that person that you've had a crush on for a while. These are the sort of energies that we're looking at. So I say, find your inner lion. Is that corny? Is that a corny thing to say?
Not at all. No. I mean, it's like a very confidence heavy sign. And
yeah, it really is a very independent heavy sign as well. So if you're in a position where maybe you're trying to, let's say, move out of your parents' house or move out of a toxic household, this would be a really good lunar phase to do spell work to help you kind of get that ball rolling in a more productive and healthy way. So I say ye fucking ha, and let's do some spell work for that.
Here for it.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw.
You sound like the guy from Practical Magic. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. That's all we've been talking about for the last 2 days is Practical Magic. I can't escape it. I had to tell everybody my dark secret, which is that until your little one told me to watch Practical Magic, I hadn't seen it. Oopsie doopsie. I know. I brought shame to everyone. I'm not a big TV or movie watcher. I never have been. So, oops. Anyway, new moon in Leo. Nothing to see here, folks.
Shame. Shame.
That's what the new moon should be used for, to shame me.
Yes. Shame Robin with all the Leo energy.
Shame, shame, shame. Oh my gosh.
So, if you just started listening to us, every podcast we talk about a random tarot card. We go over the universal meaning and then our own interpretations. Hearing other people's opinions helps beginners form their own, or even those who have been practicing for a while expand their views on different meanings. So, this week we're talking about the Seven of Swords. On this card, you will see a person in a red hat and shoes stealing 5 swords of the 7 available that seem to be in front of an encampment of swords. Behind them, you can kind of see people either fighting or having a meeting of sorts. Now, okay, so this is going to be a hot take, which means that that's totally my personal view. But it kind of looks like the 7 of Wands happening in the background. Just like take a look, and then like you
I'm
can
looking
write
right now, and I think you're right. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It is a hot take. It is definitely UPG, but I can totally see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, one person's higher than the rest and is holding a freaking wand. Yeah. I mean, it's there.
Yeah. It's
there.
Definitely there.
So, and if you want to believe that card is there, it means actively fighting to keep your position. So the universal meanings of this card, keywords of this card are deceit, lying, cheating, and generally being underhanded. Now, okay, so I view this card differently depending on the situation it comes up in. If it comes up in an overall positive reading or a positive position, it asks for us to take back the power that was taken from us. Sometimes we have to do things sneakily or underhanded or put ourselves first to make big changes. If you look at the tents on the card, they are pretty fancy. These aren't the tents of soldiers, but like higher ups. So this whole situation reminds me of fighting like the patriarchy or people who have gained from our demise. While we can't take back all that was taken from us, represented by the leftover swords, such as, in real world aspect as memories, we can build off what we actually can take from the situation, turning that past situation into knowledge and using it to fight or guard against future events. Now, when it's in a negative position or in an overall negative reading, it can show trying to take away from others' achievements by being sneaky and conniving, by being a sneaky and conniving asshole. So, how do you view this card, Robin, dear?
Well, I view it 2 ways, and it's very similar to what you discussed. This is a Robin Hood card to me. Stealing from the rich to give to the poor, right? And while there is nobility, I guess, in doing that, it is at the end of the day still stealing. And so therefore it can be very easily misinterpreted as something negative. I mean, think about it, right? When you see somebody, for example, stealing formula from the grocery store, no, you didn't. But simultaneously, if you were to say something like that to the wrong person, or not the wrong person, but a certain group of people, they would say, yeah, but what about the people who steal to go resell it, right? And then, of course, then you still have that kind of conversation where it's like, yeah, but then they obviously need the money, and that's a whole other issue, and blah, 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 blah. So it is kind of that double-edged sword of theft when you are looking at stealing from the rich. Depends on who you're talking to, on whether or not that's a noble thing. And it also depends on, in a reading, the cards around it on if it's a noble thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a very circumstantial situation. I mean, things like being rich, it is subjective, and it is something that might look as though it's one way to a group of people when in reality they're just really lucky and you know what I mean? They got a fortunate situation happening. That doesn't mean that they're wealthy. So I always say look to the other cards around it. In a love reading, I hate this card so fucking much because when I see this card in a love reading, to me, every single time I'm like, he, she, they are cheating on you. There's something going on here that you don't know about that is being snuck around behind your back. Like, and it might be cheating. It might be just keeping secrets. We don't know, right? Again, look to the other cards for clarification on that. But to me, I hate seeing this card in love readings because it's never paired with something good.
Usually when I see this card upright for a love reading, it's usually the person I'm doing the reading for who's like hiding stuff from their partner, and it's, you know, and just hiding even like small things like how you feel or something like that can be very like harmful.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I completely fucking agree. So, yeah. This card to me is very contextual with the rest of the cards that are around it. It is, you know how like the Eight of Wands is a catalyst card in a lot of situations? To me, this is very similar in it being a catalyst card. It does depend on the cards that are around it, but it is very rarely a good sign. So, yikes. So, as we said when we opened up this episode, we're back from my maternity leave, and Maria, being the rock star that she is, where she sat with me in solidarity, despite the fact that, you know, I was giving birth. So we thought that we would just kind of catch you guys up as to what we've been up to, and then we're gonna talk about actual discussions and topics next week, like usual. Because 6 weeks is a long time. It was. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't for me. It flew by, but it is a long time. Darn it! When did our last episode
it flew
come
by
out?
for me too. I don't know.
I'm gonna look.
What? June.
What year is it? Our last episode came out on June 11th. So that means that I gave birth, I guess, 2 weeks later. So, yeah. So then I guess it's actually almost been 2 months, not 6 weeks. It's been 8 weeks. Sheesh.
It doesn't feel like that. I can't believe that it's almost like Maybon time.
Either way, like I'm so fucking glad that we took that break, because my last couple weeks there were hell on earth. Being pregnant sucks, guys. I'm just telling you. If you're on the fence about having a baby and you're like, being pregnant is magical and wonderful, it's not. And they lied to us, okay? We've all been bamboozled and tricked. It's not.
I'm so sorry. I'm one of those weird people who loved being pregnant up till the end. I know.
Oh my God. Maria had been washed over with pregnancy hormones. She misremembers the entire thing. Luckily, I'm here to remind her that being pregnant sucks ass. Oh my God.
But yeah.
So what have you been doing? Yeah, now I'm a mama, which is great. And I love being a mom, and I think it's amazing. And I think everybody has been so cool about it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, just a kind reminder before I get DMs and emails. We are not sharing our child online or our child's name or their gender or anything, because just because they're a baby doesn't mean that they don't have the right to privacy. So too young to consent to be on the internet. So we're not doing that. So please respect that. Yeah. So what have you been up to, Miss Thing?
So while we took that break, I'm doing what I always do, which is doing my best to practice balance with everything that I've been working on with all my different witchy business projects.
Sheesh.
Like
This woman does too much, everybody.
I realized I need strong boundaries when it comes to work, so I am at my best. That means only working from 9 to 5 and cutting myself off and distancing myself from it on the weekends. I am not the type of person who will make work my life or stare at a computer screen all day. Even if it's like work I enjoy, it's just, I don't know, being a working witch who has like a chronic illness and having a family and having ADD, I need to prioritize having that time for myself. And of course, spending meaningful time with my family so I can recoup. So I've been like spending a lot of time with my family and going on a trip with my wife to Asheville. It was so nice. I feel like
I love that.
I know that, everyone talks about the pressure in the community to keep up. And, I'm not exempt from that. I too feel this tremendous amount of pressure from other witchy entrepreneurs to keep up with what they are doing, running 5 different socials, going on live every day and having many, many workshops. It's just not my cup of tea and completely unrealistic to me. This is definitely not a dig at anyone that does these things with grace, by the way.
She's literally adding
awesome.
me right now. It's so fucking rude. You guys, Maria and I are no longer friends. I am no longer best friends with Maria. Okay. I'm breaking up with her.
I just every time that I try to do it, I run myself into the ground. I'm just the type of person that has to create using my hands, picking up my camera and getting the fuck away from technology whenever possible. But other than that, the big witchy project I've been working on that's still secret has been going through some huge changes, and I mean great huge changes, and I'm so excited about the direction it's heading in, and I can't wait to reveal to everyone what exactly it is. All I will say for now is that's freaking magical as hell, and the team behind it are awesome.
So exciting. Yeah, you have to clarify though, because I literally just posted today about how we as content creators do not have a team behind us. And then this bitch literally comes in here and is like, the team behind my project. That's not what she means, guys. It's an actual work thing.
That's not what. Yeah, no, it's
an actual work thing.
Company that I'm working with. It's
not to contradict my damn
I'm
post.
Working on.
Oh my
Other
goodness.
than that, I mean, hell, I don't have an assistant. I'm the only one checking my email messages. I'm the only one responding and taking photos, editing said photos, posting.
Not me. I got a 20-person army, guys.
Could you imagine?
They are tiny mice that I pay peanuts. They are anthropomorphic mice.
I don't even have a house cleaner. I do that.
I don't even have a house cleaner. God, I want a house cleaner when we get moved, because our goal still is to be moved at the early start of fall. When we get moved, the one thing I said to my husband in terms of luxury items is I want a housekeeper. I was like, I will go without personal items to have a housekeeper, so that way I can focus on other things that need to be focused on. Because although my husband's amazing and he splits all household chores with me 50-50, we both still have full-time jobs, and then we're also new parents and everything else, and I'm just like, why don't we just invest in a housekeeper? I was like, I will go without. We can redo the budget if we have to. No more eating out if we have to. Please.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like,
And
I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like, as you said in your post,
yeah.
we're not like Kylie Jenner or anyone
want to
like
be
that.
Kylie Jenner.
We don't come from money.
She has great tits, and I know that they were bought, and I wouldn't mind buying a pair of great tits as well. So if I could be Kylie Jenner, I would be, but I'm not. So unfortunately, I am a woman in her 30s with wrinkles. So it's too late for me.
Same. So
yeah.
So what you been up to?
Obviously, we have been readjusting to life here in parenthood. Which has been great and amazing. Like we actually have a very easy baby, which is awesome. Knock on wood.
I know you're like, pregnancy is so hard. It was like, no, the baby's hard. And you're like, no, the baby's
speaking,
easy.
And I know this is gonna sound totally fucking bonkers, but honestly speaking, I think my husband and I had a really, really difficult time getting pregnant. I know that that's not public knowledge, but it is now. I think that it's something that we should talk about in a wider spectrum, having miscarriages. I don't think it should be a taboo thing that women feel ashamed about. And it is something that we all kind of suffer in silence about, right?
Yeah.
So I am somebody who had many a miscarriage before giving birth to Smokeball. A little smoky, as my godson calls them. So when
what a name.
When SB was born, Spin looked at the baby and goes, "Aw, Smokey." I haven't stopped laughing about it since. Anyway, so that is something that I struggled with very heavily. And then I had a very difficult pregnancy as well. And I swear to God, because of the two, I'm like, maybe the universe is like trying to give me this gift of, hey, you had a really hard time getting pregnant and then you had a really hard pregnancy. So here is an easy baby.
Not only an easy baby, but a doll baby. A baby who looks unreal.
Like, listen, you guys are just gonna have to trust Marie and I. I gave birth to a child that does not look real. They are fake. They look fake. There's nothing real about them. They look like a fucking born, or whatever they're called, the baby alive dolls or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And they're even smiling already.
I mean,
know. What the hell?
Oh my God, what the fuck? And not like the little farty gas smiles, like actual responsive smiles. So like, it's crazy. I have had such a difficult time and such a difficult journey, and so grateful to be here. But I really think the universe is like, hey, I think that you have suffered enough. Here is this sweet little angel that sleeps 5 hours already overnight and like is just happy and content and perfect. So we've had a very easy transition around here, and I'm very grateful. I'm starting to get a swing back in with doing my own personal practice every single day with doing my dedications and devotions and prayers. I actually today am cleaning up my altar because I haven't cleaned it this entire time since Smokey was born. So I'm going to do that today, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, and I'm reopening up Tired Witch this weekend. So it's a soft reopening. So I'm going to be doing tarot readings first, and then like Maria and I were talking about before we start recording, I'm going to be doing tarot readings for at least a month first before also adding physical items back into the shop. So it's a soft reopening, but still a reopening nonetheless. So yeah, I'm feeling great.
That's good.
Yeah, we've had I really feel like I'm getting my life back, if that makes sense, like back on track and like normal, like just even doing little things like getting to pull a tarot card every single morning and like lighting my candles and my incense every morning has been amazing. It's feeling like myself again. So being able to do that in my practice has been awesome. So yeah.
That's so good.
Things
I'm so
are
happy
very
for
good
you.
around here, if I may say so myself.
That's so adorable. Here I'm like, break was stressful. And you're like, it was peaceful and so lovely.
Well, I wouldn't say it was peaceful. I didn't have a peaceful break. I still felt like my organs were going to fall out of my coochie for like a straight week.
Coochie.
Nobody tells you about that, okay?
No one tells you.
Listen, we're going to have just
It makes
2 seconds
me so
of being
angry.
real. Right after I gave birth, right? Like literally right after I gave birth, the whole time I was pumped, filled with fluids, right? I had a catheter. It was like a whole thing, just pumped filled with fluids because your girl is a pussy. I got an epidural. Like, I'm not sorry about it. Come for me.
I got one too. You'll have to come for me.
Come for me. Like, I don't care. Anyway, they took the catheter out, but I've been pump filled with fluids, right? So I had to piss so bad, but the catheter wasn't in me anymore. And they don't let you get up to do anything until you're able to fully move your legs again after the epidural, which makes perfect sense. They don't want you to like stand up and just collapse. So I had to pee so bad, and I was telling them, I was like, I have to pee. Like, you have to help me go to the bathroom, and I can feel my legs again. And they were like, okay. So, and I could move my legs in the bed. Everything was good. This is about an hour after I gave birth. I went to stand up, okay? And all of a sudden, all this like pressure of my organs that were up in my lungs just went whoosh down to my like fucking gaping hole of a cervix. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, this is it. This is how I die. I looked at and I was like, my organs are gonna fall out of me. And the doctor was like, no, they're not. Like, that's not how bodies work. Like, you have a whole uterus there. And I was like, I'm going to die, actually, doctor. I am actually going to die. And she's like, I don't doubt it hurts, but you're not going to die. And I was like, well, fuck you, because I might. I didn't die, it turns out. 6 weeks later, I have not died, everyone.
Oh, so glad.
Oh my god. So yeah, that so nobody tells you that. Like,
no one tells you.
Nobody tells you a lot of the things, like how much you poop in labor as well. Like, consider you look it up. If you're listening to this and you're considering having a child, genuinely look it up. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get too sidetracked and become like this mommy episode where people are going to listen to it and be like, she's changed. Because I already got that on Twitter twice. All you talk about is being a mom now. Like, I literally pushed a kid out of my fucking vagina. Allow me the space to like be a human.
Yeah, it was only 6 weeks ago. I mean,
literally.
This is new, and this is a slice of life episode. It's fine.
Literally,
it's
fine. And we're next week. We've already got like a whole. Next week we're going to talk about spirits, guys. Okay. So allow us this space to be mothers for just 2 seconds.
Yes. Get real about delivery.
We're literally gonna get Apple podcast reviews that are like, I like this episode, but then Robin talked about her organs falling out of her vagina, and I never want to listen again. You mentioned your organs falling out of your coochie one time, and suddenly it's a problem.
People who've gone through it will understand.
They will. Hopefully we have a high enough percentage of listeners that have at least secondhand heard about it, so that way they are nice to me. Anyway. Yeah, so I think that's all I've been up to. Oh my god.
And what an adventure it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry for the sidetrack, guys.
It was a sidetrack.
I promise we're going to talk about spirits next episodes. I promise.
Witches are real people too. It's fine.
Yeah, back to my previous statement of content creators are still fucking people. Sheesh. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry at all.
No, you just did the whole like Samantha thing where you know from Bewitched, wiggle your nose and suddenly a baby appeared. That's how it went down.
Did I ever tell you about the one time I got we're gonna sidetrack, but also stay on topic for one more second, everyone. So a while ago, I got a message. I read this on my Twitch a couple weeks ago. I got a message about 3 years ago on Facebook, where somebody wanted unrealistic magic. I know we've talked about that before. They wanted me to do spell work for them that was like this not possible. And one of the spells, let me find it. They wanted me to do a fertility spell for them. I'm gonna give it as a synopsis, okay? They wanted two sets of twins, 2 boys first, then 2 girls. They wanted the babies to be perfect in every way, healthy and happy, which who doesn't want that, right? They wanted the pregnancy to be so easy with no morning sickness, no pain, no health issues, and to then go on to have a pain-free delivery vaginally with no epidural or health issues, and just a calm, natural birth that is painless, lovely, and an excellent experience that this person would want to redo time and time again. Those are their exact words. They said they have no. Again, exact words, tolerance for pain or birth, and so I don't know what they're saying. They wanted the birth to be painless, fast, and sweet and perfect. They can stand needles and stuff, so they don't want a needle in their vision. Can you what? They had it was a 10-part request. All of it was not possible, right? One of which was they wanted 40 million euros, and I was like, honey, if I could manifest 40 million euros, do you think that I would ever work? Ever
would
in my
I
life.
Be on here with you?
Would I be tolerating this ridiculous conversation? But yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
I want that for myself. I mean, Robin, if you can make that happen, I too.
Oh, my mistake. They wanted 40 million euros. So they were flexible.
Wow, that's really specific.
Yeah. I will send you a screenshot of this because you'll absolutely love it. Yeah, I read the whole thing on my my Twitch on one of the first streams of my Twitch, because it was what the fuck. Yeah, absolutely what the fuck. So I just thought you guys would enjoy that as a little side anecdote.
Oh, that's
amazing.
Our request DMs, that is our request DMs.
The other part of that person's thing was that I'm not going to open it back up, but I just remembered they wanted the twins, the 2 sets of twins, to be such easy babies that they basically took care of themselves. The babies fed themselves right away. Barely had any dirty diapers, slept 8 hours a night right from birth. It was maybe what you want is a baby doll. It sounds to me like what you want is a doll. Just get a doll. No judgment, hun.
Yeah. It could what?
Yeah,
that's what? That doesn't happen.
My newborn feeds themselves, actually. So, you think your little newborn is smart because they can roll over? Well, mine feeds themselves. So think about that.
That makes it so funny because I saw a post. I forgot who posted it, but it was in someone's stories where I guess their boob had popped out and their really small toddler was like, oh, I'm gonna have some of that, and just attach themselves. So
So at the end of the day, everybody, you might think that this episode with the baby thing was a little annoying, but at least, you know, I gave you a realistic expectation of birth so that way you don't go to somebody and say, excuse me, I don't like needles, and honestly, I hate children, but I want them. Can you make sure that I don't feel anything ever and my babies take care of themselves? Thank you so much.
Oh my
XOXO,
gosh.
Gossip Girl.
Could you imagine if their kids did something wrong? Like
That's somebody who really should not have kids. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, it sounds to me like the idea of actually rearing a child is a little too much for them. So no judgment again. No judgment to that person. But whoo, what a situation. So anyway, we can end this segment there.
No, that was fun.
Yeah. Maybe we could do like a fun reading one day of all of our best emails.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. I love that. Let's do that. What I meant by oh no, I meant oh yes. So I'm imagining all the ones I can dig up.
Oh my god. Obviously we'll keep it confidential. No names and we'll keep genders neutral and all that, but I very much so think that would be funny. I don't know, you guys. Let us know. Let us know on our Instagram if you think that'd be funny, because I think it'd be funny.
And we're talking about stuff that is so left field that you're like,
yeah. This isn't like, if you're listening and you're like, yeah, but one time I asked if my ex-boyfriend would get back to you. That's normal. That's a normal question. I'm talking about like the time that somebody asked me if their ex would get back together with them. And I looked into it. This is at my day job. I said, no, it looks like not. And she goes, is it because I ran him over with a car? Like, probably, bitch. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? You ran him over with a car? What? Oh my god. Stuff like that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Just normal things.
They're completely normal. I mean, it happens every day. It's fine.
If you guys would be interested in hearing that. Oh my god. So, Maria, what's stirring your cauldron this week?
Oh, I've missed your sensual voice. That's what's stirring my cauldron. And additionally, I am so excited that after like a year and a half, I will be going to the beach to visit my parents to practice some ocean witchery. As we all know, I am not a fan of heat and humidity and pollen. Basically spring and summer. But anyways, but the beach makes it kind of worth it. Well, yes, I mean, when we go, we're going to be safe. We're going to stay away from people and we'll continue to mask up. So please no one come for me.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you right now.
But I am so excited. I'm going to go collect some shells to use in spells. Like, because the kind my parents get on their beach, they're not oceanfront or anything. We have to drive there. But they're like those big, like conch shells and the spiral shells, like really, really pretty ones that are great for like communication spells and things like that. And I love to go and make beach offerings and, like mindfully cleansing my body in the ocean, sitting by the pool to actually have time to sit and read. Like, that sounds amazing. I'm shoving like 2 weeks of work into 1 week so I can just chill and like keep up with Discord and Patreon. Like, it's going to be
I'm so excited needed. For you. Yeah. I'm literally so excited for you. It sounds nice. Send pictures, please, of the beachside.
Yes. Oh, I will. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Apparently, like, it's been a monsoony over there, like a lot of rain, power going out, and
gross.
Yeah.
I say that under a cloud of smoke. Oh, gross.
Hopefully, we'll see. So far, it looks like it'll be fine, but I'm just Even if it's rainy, I'll sit out on my parents' porch, enjoy the rain in a rocking chair, and just read. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not picky. Me and my wife, we got like 2 days in Asheville now a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And that was nice, but it definitely did not feel long enough. I wish it was longer. So, yeah.
I have to finish the book club book. You should do that too while you're reading.
Oh,
unless you're already done.
It's so good. I am like halfway through, but I mean, so for those of you who don't know, we're reading New World Witchery by Corey Hutchinson, and it is so good and an easy read. Like, Corey makes like the whole book like an enjoyable experience to read, and it's easily digestible. So I'm having no problems breezing through this textbook of a book because it's thick. It's a big book.
It's a big book.
But
yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
So
It gives
good.
me so nice. I can't wait to see pictures.
I'll send you some seashells.
Please do. I love seashells.
So, Robin, what is not stirring your cauldron this week?
Thank you so much for asking.
That was as sensual as I usually do it.
That was literally very sensual, actually. Listen, I haven't heard you like sexually assault my ears like that in a very long time. So that was really good. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was my pleasure. It was your pleasure.
It was honestly my pleasure. So what's not stirring my cauldron this week, and actually for a little while now, has been like just meanies online. Like, I'm so sick of like gray-faced trolls leaving shitty comments, like getting shitty. I just turned my DMs back on as a means to combat scammers, because what the scammers were doing was saying that they're my representative because I don't have DMs turned on, and they're my representative, and they're the one who is like reaching out, and people were falling for it. So I turned DMs back on as a means to try to like combat that. And obviously I'm not going to be able to respond to all the DMs, but that is why I turned them back on. And literally as soon as I turned them back on, I was getting shitty messages, like people being like, you know, fuck you, telling me that like, you know, I got something, I misspelled something, so I'm clearly a fucking idiot. That was literally what I got. Like just really nasty vitriolic messages. And for what? Like, what is the purpose of this? Like,
that's crazy.
And the thing is that I'm not the only person. And so I don't want people thinking that like, oh, Robin's just having a pity party for herself, because I'm not. Like, these are the sort of things that all of us get, and it's unacceptable and it's not cool. Like, this isn't a me thing. This is a like content creator thing, and like people seem to forget that content creators are humans. Like, I had one message, again, my DMs have been shut off for like what, 4 months now. I had one person, the day that I turned the DMs back on, right, send me 3 messages being like, I can't believe you don't fucking respond to me, fuck you, like really mean. And like whatever they had sent me before, I hadn't gotten them, like, because my DMs were shut off, which it said in my bio. So like they're having a conversation with themselves and just being horrific at me, and it's like, no, please please relax.
Yeah,
so
that's the whole reason I shut mine down. I can't. People are,
and the thing is, it's really overwhelming. Like, I'm trying really hard to like keep them open, because I don't want people getting taken advantage of. But like the other thing that I'm getting too is like people sending me their online sales, their live sales, like as messages. What? Yeah, I got.
That's weird.
I'm getting like 15 to 20 a day, which is new. That's a new thing. That's never happened before. And I'm like, what do you expect me to do here? Are you trying to sell to me? Is this your marketing tactic? Like, what the heck? Who's telling you this is a good idea? Like, I have so much respect for people who run small businesses. I run a small business. Like, I have so much respect for them. In no way, shape, or form would I ever do anything to directly disrespect or hinder their business. But like, this is not the sales tactic you think it is. Like, it's frustrating me because the messages that I actually want to see, that are actual messages, that are questions or comments, concerns, whatever, I'm now not seeing because they're buried under a sea of people sending me their live sales. Like, why? Anyway, that is
just
what's
so
not
much.
stirring.
As you said, it is just us. Like, we do not have extra people, and it's just, oh no.
And this isn't like a Robin problem. This is a community-wide problem that people are really fucking mean, and I don't understand why.
Like, I can't even respond to all the emails I get. I get about like 30 to 40 shop emails per day, and I can't, like, it's so much. I am only one person. Yeah. And I don't know.
Oh, I guess what I can really just say, what's not stirring my cauldron this week, is people forgetting that you're not the only person who messages me. And on top of that, taking the time out of your day to comment on my page something really awful, when instead you could just not follow me. Like, just don't follow me. If I'm not for you, if my content is not for you, I'm not gonna lose sleep at night. I think that's really fair for you to have that self-awareness that I'm not your type of person. That's okay. It's okay to not like the stuff I put out there. You know, there's lots of stuff out there I don't like. So just don't follow me. And you know what? If you feel as though you can't avoid my content for some reason, block me. And then you won't have to see my stuff at all. And I'm not going to be any the wiser. And that's okay. Like, just move forward with your life in happiness.
And yeah. And it's going to just, if you are a witch who has a witchy page on like Instagram or anything, it's going to get a lot worse in the upcoming, for the upcoming season. And I want you all to be prepared. Witch season has begun, y'all. Yes. Don't feel bad about not responding to everybody. You can't do that to yourself. Do not put that freaking pressure on yourself. You are only a singular person, and you can't help everybody's problems. Like, take care of yourself, and I don't know. Just do what you can. People who
say shit to you like, you're a healer, you should do this. First of all, I never said that. Second of all, even if you are somebody who identifies as a healer, that does not mean that you need to fix everybody's problems. And the type of person to emotionally 100%. Manipulate you to get something out of you is beyond saving. So just consider that.
Yep. Completely
Block button is your friend. If you've just joined us on this episode, every single week we talk about creators that we are loving right now. This could be photographers, other witches, shops, anything. That being said, if you are listening to this and you're like, I want to be on here, please don't DM us. These are people that we are finding organically, and when people do message us to be featured on here, especially if they offer to pay, we laugh at you, we mock you, we ridicule you in public or private, not in public. So please don't be that guy. These are things that we're finding really organically, and we don't want that to change. So stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. So, Maria, what creator are you loving this week?
So, I am loving, actually, let's all be surprised, another tarot deck. This one is from Divine Muses on Instagram, and it's called the Lua Tarot. And basically, it's like a vintage-esque deck that's black and white, and it's just so beautiful. And it, like, the deck itself represents like different stories and stuff like that. And the deck is so diverse, like in people from different nationalities and backgrounds. It's just, you don't really see like vintage-esque decks with like diverse people in them. It's usually, you know, just white people. And this deck has, you know, Black people, it has Native Americans, and it's just all done like beautifully. And
that's great.
I love it. I know it's amazing to work with. Like even
it's really pretty
card quality. Yeah, the card quality is amazing. Really easy to shuffle, and it's like the perfect size. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. So, who are you loving?
I am loving. So I'm going to try to pronounce this. I could be pronouncing it wrong. It's My Darling Design. Specifically, so they're a ceramist. Also, surprise, surprise, Robin likes a ceramic artist. They are doing this ghost series, these little ghosties, and I could simply pass away. They have a celestial one that's like got like a donut float ring around it, and I want it so bad. I want it so bad. Yeah, they've got just this whole beach ghost series, and they've got these little cactus ones. There's one that has like clouds with raindrops on. Oh my god, I could just pass away. I want them all.
They're
if
so
you're listening,
cute.
My Darling Design, please, for the love of all things sacred, send me some. I will pay you. I just am never good at live sales. Whenever like sales go live and people are like wanting to get them, I never do well at those. I always miss them. So anyway,
they're like if your baby was like a ceramic. They're like adorable. Oh my god, and so cute.
I think Smokeball needs a ghost. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
They're just so cute. I've never seen anything like them before.
Me either. I want them so bad. Anyway, on that note, that's who I'm digging.
I can see why.
Thank you all for joining us today, and thank you all so much for being patient during my maternity leave and our little breaksy poo. Hope that you will join us on Friday, August 20th for our 14th episode. You can keep an eye out on our Instagrams and our Twitter. On Instagram, we are Coffee and Cauldrons Pod, and on Twitter, we are Coffee Cauldrons for more information.
Or you can even join us on our Discord tier, which is First Coven on Patreon, so we can answer your questions in our part 2 next time.
Yes. Yes. Why did I say that so creepy? You'll even get to hear our lovely voices for an additional 30-ish minutes per episode for being on our Patreon tier, casting and up.
So, again, this is Coffee and Cauldrons.
With Robin from @ATiredWitch on Instagram.
And I'm Maria from @MariaTheArcane on Instagram.
All right,
okay, you ready?
Let's do it. We haven't done this in so long. All right.
It's going to be great.
This is going to be flawless, everybody. All right, ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness.
Excellent.
That was flawless.
Perfection.
That was perfection. Oh my god.